What's up, everyone? I wanted to take you through my round of golf from today at Oakcreek Country Club. This is my home course. We played the black tees. Total is just under 6,900 yards. Just played the front nine for this particular vlog. So I'm going to start off here on hole number 1. This is a 560-yard par 5 that has a pretty difficult tee shot, especially for someone who doesn't hit the biggest draws. But I've really been working on my swing lately to try to make that work. So I start off here and hit actually a really great drive. This drive was kind of a rocket. Took off with a nice little draw there.
You had world record golf cart noise in your backswing.
This was interesting. So I had 218 yards into the hole here, and I could not decide between hitting hard 5-iron or a soft 4-iron. I ended up going with the soft 4-iron here because I knew that it would go a little lower. I knew that it had a better chance of kind of getting up there to this difficult front right pin. I honestly hit a phenomenal shot here. Sadly, it landed up there and kicked hard left.
Kick right and go in.
And went directly into the bunker.
Or just bounce left in the bunker.
Nice shot.
Yeah, that was pure.
Then I was in the bunker here. I tried to lay my 60 wide open and land it short and let it roll out. Unfortunately, the bunker was incredibly firm, and I kind of bounced my club off the ground there. So
that bunker's firm.
Yeah, you can hear me commentating right there about how firm the bunker is.
That's in the bunker.
I decided to putt this from just off the fringe because I felt pretty good about the stability of the putter working through the grass here, and the ball was sitting up pretty nicely. So I kind of popped this putt from off the green here, just got it on the fringe, let it roll up, give it a little too much room to breathe, but honestly, pretty easy little par there on the opening hole.
Sounding golf logger ever done.
This is hole 2. This is a hole where it's kind of risk reward. You can either hit driver here, or you can hit, some sort of iron off the tee, but it's 360 yards. I've gotten up on the green before with driver, but this one,
how can you not?
Didn't get there. I also hit it too straight. You kind of have to hit a fade, and I hit mine just right down the middle of the fairway.
Cam, stop looking at me, dude.
Picked up the tee quick because I like the shot. My funds were being outrageous. Here we had 45 yards left to the hole.
45 yards.
Pretty tough shot.
60 degree.
Used my 60 degree. I really tried hard to keep it below the hole, but it's about impossible. I left myself in a horrible location. But took it back nice and smooth. Came through nicely. And it just rolled past. It is what it is. There's not much I can do there. But luckily, I've been putting pretty well. So, lined this up. I started this I do aim point. For those of you who don't know what that is, basically I rate the green on a scale of 1 to 5% basically, and hold that up and it gives me the line, and it worked perfectly here. Dropped that in for birdie from about 29 feet to go to 1 under. Then we have the hardest hole on the course. This is a 450-yard dogleg left. This is a remarkably challenging hole, especially from the black tees. From a tee shot perspective, you really have to sling this. So I grabbed my 3-wood, put it back in the stance, closed the face, closed the feet relative to the target line, and tried to hit just an epic slinger. I did pull this off today, which is exciting because that's not always the case. You can see it slinging out there, which is pretty sick. And it makes it just around the corner. Left me with, I think, 137. Yeah. So it left me with 137 yards here. For this shot, I went with pitching wedge. There was a bit of wind in the face. Tried to bring it in from right to left because the pin was front left. So I always play to the wide side of the hole and then try to shape it in off that. So hit a nice little shot here. Brought it in. You can tell I like it. If I do the back away, I usually like it. Had about a 13-foot putt here, right to left breaker. I gave this a 2. I actually think my read was great, but my stroke sucked. I just, for some reason, just hammered this. I don't know if I thought I was going to be short or what, but just hammered. Left myself with a little 3-footer here, just tap that in. Since I switched to the arm lock putter, I've been able to make like all of those little tap-ins, so you'll see me just kind of walk up and hit a lot of them in today's round. Now this is a par 3. This is a tough par 3. The pin is back left, and when it's back left, it's really hard to get to. So we had 167 yards. I decided to hit my 7-iron here, tried to hit a little knockdown, and end up just completely pushing it right.
Yep.
Without any draw.
That's going right.
So I found myself in this bunker here. This shot was pretty difficult, and I think I did a great job of getting it up and out. Again, open the face, dump the sand, let it roll out. And it rolls out to what I thought was a gimme, but was probably about 4.5 feet.
That's a gimme.
But like I said, I just kind of went up there with this putter and casually tapped it. Almost missed it, but did get it to go in.
That was the craziest tap I've ever seen. That was a long one.
Anything
A
for the
little longer
camera
than
back?
most of my tap-ins, but anyway, it still works. This is hole 5 is a tricky hole because you really can't hit driver. If you hit driver, you go long into the trees. So I decided to hit 2-iron here. My 2-iron today was not good. I continued to push it right. I think I need a new grip on the club, but that was just a quick swing, early extension, the whole 9 yards. I hated everything about it, but that's okay.
Yeah, you killed a family squirrel.
One more practice swing for good measure, just to see if I can fix it, which I did not.
That was so bad.
So then I had 218 yards in, and this is where I really felt good about my golf game today. Again, I hit 4-iron here. Tried to, I always, the pin was front right. I always try to go long to front pins and short to back pins. And I try to miss, again, to the wide side of the hole. That's like a huge tip for those of you who are looking to lower your scores. The number one way to lower your scores is not to make more birdies, it's to make less bogeys. So in this particular shot, I aimed center green with the 4-iron and tried to just give myself a chance for a par in this case. And sometimes you get lucky. So I put a really nice swing on this.
Oh, come on.
And you can see I kind of liked it. The back away, right?
I think that was so good.
And that reaction, like, come on. I must have loved it.
220 to maybe 10 or 12 feet.
So I left that about,
Not bad.
what did I say, 12 feet?
But we went 4-iron from 220 to there.
So I left that 12 feet away from the hole. Go out here, did my little aim point waddle. I gave that, I think I gave it a 3. Yep, looks like a 3. Set up, and then I give it a couple little practice strokes here. Again, I'm using Bryson's exact putter from LA Golf, and I feel like this really helps me get the speed down nicely. Set up on the line, stroke the putter, and off of a ridiculously bad tee shot, we make birdie.
Lights out.
That's golf. That's ridiculous. Had no business birdieing that hole. I'm really working on some swing change stuff, so I'm trying to get my hands higher in the backswing and the club more shallow, but sometimes I overextend, and I hit that so on the toe, it is not even funny. Like, it was just all the way to the edge. But because I had the QI-10 driver, it still went like 285 or 290 yards. I had 208 in here. I went with 5-iron and thought it was going to be good. I even thought it was good, but I was way long. I was like 8 yards over the back of the green, and then it pushed way long to about I don't know, probably had about 20 yards here. Totally, I took so many practice swings here to try to make it work, and I skanked it all the way over to the front of the green. So then I had about a 70-foot putt here for birdie. It was a gur, which is good news, but I clearly didn't think this was going to get there earlier. I didn't think this was going to get there either, so I totally smashed. You can see me just gas it there. And totally smashed this putt way too far. Hated it. Left myself about 17 feet here for par, long of the hole, which is crazy. And luckily the putter was good today, so I make this for par. Holy stress ball, as I like to say. Pick that out. Now we have a par 3 here. This par 3 yesterday was playing 173, so I went with 7 iron. Again, pin front left, trying to go for middle of the green, long on the hole. Put a pretty good swing on this one, actually. And honestly, I don't even know how far I hit this. Probably carried it about 200 into the back bunker, which is, you know, it's great to say, oh, I hit my 7 iron that far, but honestly, I hit it so bad. This is my bunker shot, which did not go very well. Kind of fluffed it, didn't hit it well. Tried to roll this putt in for par. Did not roll this in for par. Left it just left there. Had about, you know, tap in with the back of the putter for par. Or for tap in with the back of the putter for bogey. Then we're on to hole 8 here. I went with 2 iron again. Tried to hit a great shot. Ended up hitting a horrible shot right again. This 2 iron was killing me today. Had my pitching wedge in. Pin was front right. I was too aggressive here and ended up pushing it right. The trend yesterday was definitely pushed right shots. That's what happens when my hands get too flat in the backswing and then I still drop it in. It just ends up pushing it way right. So I have to get those hands higher so I can drop the hands in. Had this little guy from off the green, chipped it, kicked way right on me, and left me about 3.5 feet for par, I would say. Went up, tapped it in, like it's nothing. I almost lipped 2 of those. I mean, this easily could have been a horrible round. Now we're on hole 9, which I consider this one of the hardest tee shots on the course. You know, I always try to put a good swing on this, but it doesn't always happen. This particular time I did, and I really liked this drive. Again, especially on the tough holes. Glocked it. Good finish in the Malbon gear, of course. Hit pitching wedge in here. Left this just right of the hole. Gave myself a decent look at birdie. I don't know why I cranked this. Again, the theme of the day was hitting putts way too hard. I gotta trust it a little more. And so I cranked this right through the break. Knew it wasn't even close. Luckily, made the putt coming back. A little 6-footer for par. And that's how we shoot 1 under at Oakcreek.